here we go. So now we're back at the boilerplate. So I'm going to go ahead and discuss this relatively quickly because it's not really something you're going to need to hold on to unless you decide to pursue something higher level or what have you. So I'm just going to give you the basic breakdown of it. So we'll start with the first line here that you see, the doc type HTML. So what that does is it tells the browser that the document is an HTML5 document. It's like telling the browser what it is. Like this is a web page, so make it render correctly or as such or what have you. Okay. Now we'll move to the HTML language equals en. Obviously that en is for English. What that does is it just sets the language of the document to English, and it's important for accessibility and SEO. Accessibility in whatever country that you're from, or whatever the preferred language is. And it's an SEO, which is search engine optimization, which I believe that you know. It tells the search engine and screen readers what language the content is in. Sorry, I'm very repetitive with that. Okay, so the head. Let's move to the head tag. Now, that particular tag contains the meta information about the web page, like its title, the character encoding, the links to the style sheets for like the Tailwind CDN that I had in the last video. So it's for the styling links and your scripting links for your JavaScript or Ajax, Cloudflare, all these types of things that you might want to use. Okay, and so if we go to the first meta tag, the char set, UTF-8, that sets the character encoding for the document to UTF-8. And that basically supports all characters and symbols, and it ensures that the text displays correctly. So that's that. Now, the second meta tag with the name convention viewport, content width, device width, initial scale 1.0, that actually is the line that makes the web page responsive as the document, of course. It ensures the page displays well on all devices, phones and desktops, tablets, all those types of things. And so basically, it controls the width and scaling of the page. Now the title, kind of self-descriptive, but let me go ahead and describe it for you. It sets the title of your web page, which appears on your browser tab. So if you want something specific to appear, this is where you would put it. It's also important for SEO because the search engines will use it to identify your page. So if you have a specific region that you're in that you want to emphasize for SEO purposes, then you would put it there as part of your title. All right, now we'll go down to the link. Your first link that is your style sheet. So that would be your style.css. So you can have a separate style sheet, and I'll show that later on. That's where you're going to put your custom styles and things like that when you're using a framework that typically doesn't use inline styling, but pretty much all of them do, from Bootstrap and all the different types, Tailwind CSS. And for our purposes, we're using Tailwind CSS, so we'll be using that style.css sheet later on to do some of the more custom styles of specific elements. Okay, and then we'll move to the closing of the head. That just does exactly that. It closes the head section. That's the one with the forward slash before the word head. And then we'll go to the body tag. This opens the body of the document, which contains all the visible content on the web page. You know, your texts, links, images, and all the other different elements that you want to appear. Then you've got your closing body tag for obvious reasons, and then your closing HTML tags to close the document itself. Now let's go to the Tailwind CDN, and I'll give you the definition of it. It's called a content delivery network. It's a service that delivers resources like CSS or JavaScript files from the servers located around the world. This makes websites load faster because the users download the files from a server near them. Now, for more complicated websites, you're going to want to get into like a node.js and things of that nature. These CDN links are good for a simplified web page. And I'm going to go ahead, and with that, I'm going to stop this video because that's all I wanted to contain in here was just a description of what the boilerplate was line by line.